What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Wiffle Ball channel, and today we have a pretty big video for you guys today. We're going to be talking about underrated players and potential lineups for the opening day. Now, this talk show and the talk show next Wednesday is going to be the last two before the opening game, so it's going to be absolutely crazy. We're getting down to the final talk shows before opening day, and these are the most important ones to look out for. So today we're going to be going over underrated players and potential lineups, and with interviews with me and Derek Nobriga. So an announcement: Brody Krupp. We do not know if he's still in the league. He is not. He's not responding to any of my text messages, to anyone's text messages. So if you are watching this, please reach out and text me back. All right. So we're gonna get right into the first segment, which is going to be underrated players. So this is not in any order. This is just the people that I think are underrated. Number one, Rocco O'Loughlin. People are speeding right past his name, even though he's a top 3 pick. And I just think Rocco's going to be a really good player. He's going to pitch, so that's something to look out for. He's going to bat number 1 at the beginning of the season. So people are just speeding by his name for some reason. They're not looking at his name. They're just seeing Cameron and be like, okay, that's a good team. They're not seeing Rocco. They're not seeing Mikey. They're not looking at James. So Rocco, he's going to pitch. He's going to be the number 1. He's going to be batting first with some speed. Going to be a great fielder. I really think people are looking past his name, and Rocco's going to contribute great, and he actually might make the All-Star game. So that's the number 1 person that I think, or one of the people that I think are underrated. Another person that I think is underrated is Brandon Chip. People know that this guy is great, but they really don't know how good he actually is. I've played with this guy baseball and wiffle ball, and you don't know how good this guy is. He is so intimidating of how fast he throws and how big he is. He's like 6'2", 6'3", and he throws super hard. Like, I've had to hit against this guy multiple times, and I am so scared to go up against him. He throws so hard. And he hits so good. Like, he will hit off everyone. He barely strikes out. He walks, and he hits big-time home runs. So, Brandon Chip, they're looking at this guy. He's like, this guy's a good player, right? No, he's a very good player, and he's going to help out a lot with his team. He's going to help out behind the scenes, too, and I think he's really underrated, by the way, that people are looking at him. And he's going to be a top pitcher and a top hitter in the league and will make the All-Star game. The third player that I think is underrated, probably one of the top underrated players, is Ryan Vincey. Ryan Vincey was the number 1 pick, and people are just looking at him as the number 2 option behind Brandon. Ryan Vincey is going to pitch well. He might not be the number 1 pitcher, but he's going to pitch well. He's going to hit well, probably be the number 2 in bat in the lineup. He's going to help Chip so much. And I think Ryan Vincey as the number 2 player is being overlooked. Like, some of these players, they're the number 2, and they're being overlooked. Super underrated. I think Ryan Vincey is one of the top underrated players in this league. And look out for him. He might make the home run derby. He might make the All-Star game. So look out for him. I think he's definitely an underrated player. And let's get down to the final 2 players. For the final underrated player, Brody Krupp, if you are watching this, please contact me. But I think he's going to be underrated. Most people don't really know what his skill set is. I had tournaments, and he only showed up once, and he was kind of hurt. One thing that I would say is he's kind of injury prone. He was shuffled around on different teams, and he really likes the league, even though he's not really responding back. But I still think he'll play. Brody Krupp is a lefty. He plays baseball, and a lot of people aren't really saying too much about this guy. As far as I know, they're not saying too much, and I really think that should change. He's really going to help out Bradley. He's really going to help out Brad and definitely help him with success. I think he might make the All-Star game, might make the home run derby, and this guy I think is really underrated. and you guys should watch out for. So those are the 5 underrated players I think are in this league. Comment down below if you think anyone else is underrated. But we're going to get into the first interview with Derek Nobriga. I'm going to be interviewing him, and then I'll meet you guys back, and we'll talk about some more stuff. All right, so we are here with the Piranhas player, Piranhas player, Derek Nobriga, and thank you for taking your time to do this interview. We're going to get right into the first question. So in the talk show, I said that you're one of the league's underrated players. Do you think you are underrated?
I don't really know, honestly. I think that a lot of people haven't seen me play, so I think that in that case I am underrated in that sense. So, yeah, I guess you could say I'm underrated.
Yeah, I think you are underrated too. A lot of people haven't seen you, like you said, and you throw really hard, and you're definitely going to intimidate some people when you're up on the mound. Number 2, during this whole break that no one's played wiffle ball with each other, how are you getting ready to play in the season?
Just kind of swinging the bat and throwing a little bit, kind of just keeping everything nice and check so I can play my best. Working out too helps.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to work out, get my arm ready for the season. So we do not know if you're going to be the opening day starter or your captain will. How confident are you with your captain to make the correct decision if it's starting you or starting him pitching?
I guess I'm confident in him. I think he'll do what's best for us to win. And yeah, I honestly don't know though.
Do you think you should be the opening day starter?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So like this leads into the last question that we said. What do you think your role is going to be?
Probably pitch and hit. I don't really know my role yet. We'll see how the season goes, and we'll kind of see how everything works out.
Yeah. I think your role could definitely change from the beginning to the end of the year as your captain Noah sees that you're a really good pitcher, and if you're not the opening day starter from day 1, then I think at the end of the year, if you just have a good pitching performance, you will change and you'll be the number 1. So, do you think you're going to be making the All-Star game or the Home Run Derby this year?
I think I have a good chance. I think I'll surprise some people, so I'll say yes, but we'll see how the season goes.
Yeah, I think you're going to make the All-Star game, honestly, and the Home Run Derby. You have a bunch of power. You play baseball, so it's really easy for you, and you throw hard, so you're definitely going to be – I definitely think you're going to make the All-Star game. All right, so final question, kind of a big question. How do you think your team is going to do? You don't have to give me a record, but just how far you think you're going to make it into the playoffs.
I think we'll surprise some teams, and I don't know what record. I think we'll do better than whatever our record was said to be. I think it was like 4-8 or 5-7. I think we'll do better than that, but I'm not sure exactly what our record's going to be. Honestly, we'll just see how the season goes.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to do this interview. I'm playing you. With our first game, and I can't wait to see what you can do in the season.
All right, thanks. See you.
All right, we are back after the interview, and we're going to be talking about potential lineups for opening day. We're going to start off with Dinger Nation. Game 1, opening day, first game. I think the starting pitcher has to be Landon Plouch, right? It has to be. I don't think there's going to be anyone else. So Landon Plouch, I definitely think is going to start. Ryan and Talon in left and right field, and Keaton and Xander, I think, are not going to play the first game, but they'll get into the series, just not play game 1. So that's what I think the opening lineup is going to be for Dinger Nation. For the Golden Eagles, I think Bradley Duncan's going to start with Brody if he plays, and Bodie, the 3 Bs playing. So Bradley doesn't have anyone to ride the bench or anything like that. So Bradley's going to probably pitch game 1 and game 2, and then he's going to ride with Brody in Game 3. So yeah, Brody is I would say is going to be their second pitcher. I would probably agree with that. Bradley doesn't really know who's going to go, Bodie or Brody. He doesn't really know who he's going to pitch. So definitely have to figure out before you play, like in batting practice, figure out who's a better pitcher and then pitch him. I definitely think Bradley's going to pitch 2 games and Brody's going to pitch 1. It's up to him who he pitches in what games. Bradley could pitch Game 1 and Game 3, or he could pitch Game 1 and Game 2. So definitely could be a lot of different stuff. With Landon, because he has 5 players, it's going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot of different things going on. I think that he's going to pitch Game 1 and Game 2 and go with Ryan. But he also has Talon to back him up, so we don't know if Talon's going to pitch or anything like that. So yeah, just finding out different ways, just doing different stuff and figuring out some pitchers. I think his lineup's going to look like Landon, Ryan, Talon, and then Game 2 he's going to go Landon, Ryan, Talon, Keaton, Xander, and then final game if they're winning both, if they already have 2 wins on the day, then he's going to play them all. But if it's series 1-1, he's going to sit Keaton and Xander for the final game. So Landon definitely has a bunch of different stuff he has to figure out. It's really up to him. He's going to have to figure out a lot of stuff and deal with people that are going to want to play. Ryan's going to want to play a lot. Talon's going to want to play a lot, and he has 5 players, so he's going to have to figure out how he's going to do that different stuff. I said it's going to work to his advantage. That might if someone can't show up, but what if everyone shows up? It's going to be a lot harder for him. And so that's going to be the opening day rosters that I think are going to happen. Now, one extra subject I'm going to talk about is jerseys. Right now, my team is the only one that has jerseys. Dinger Nation, they're trying to order theirs. They just need money from all the players. So I don't know if they'll have them by opening day. And then Golden Eagles, they're trying to get their money and order their shirts. I know Bradley's really set on getting jerseys. And then Piranhas, they're not going to get jerseys. They're going to make their own. Base Invaders are also going to make their own or wear the same color. I know Piranhas are probably just going to wear gray, like this shade of gray. And then, yeah, Matt, I don't know. The Sea Dogs, I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably going to get shirts, but they don't play for a while. So that wraps up the talk show. We're going to get into the final interview where you guys are going to hear who's going to be the designated filmers, umpires, and editors for the opening day. So let's get right into that.
We are here with the commissioner of California Wiffle Ball League. It is Cameron Duncan we are interviewing today, and I'm just going to be asking him some questions. So first question, who are going to be the umpires and filmers for the Wiffle Ball League?
Yeah, so we are actually going to have first base side umpire Gavin Dulaney, third base side Rocco O'Laughlin, and co-announcer / helper out filming is actually going to be Brandon Chip. So at the beginning of the game, Brandon Chip and I are going to be talking about the game and the matchups and stuff, just like pre-game show. It won't be too long; it'll be like 2 minutes. And then, but a lot of the people that are playing usually are going to help out filming and stuff. So I know Keaton and Xander are going to be helping out filming when they're not playing, but they are playing. I know Landon's going to help out filming. Bradley's going to help out filming, but those guys are playing. So this week we're kind of be shorthanded on what's going to be going on. But if that's what I have right now, if you're watching this and you want to be a filmer or an umpire, we always need extra people to help out. So we're not going to have too many people come and watch. Just extra people, but maybe 2 or 3 fans in the stands.
How is COVID-19 going to affect the opening day of football?
Well, COVID is really, really big, and a lot of people are staying home, being safe. We don't know if we're gonna wear masks. It's definitely gonna change some stuff. We're gonna have less people just coming out to watch that are not playing. We're still going to have umpires and filmers helping out, but we're definitely going to try to keep our distance. We cannot have anyone get COVID or anything like that. So just try to stay our distance. Different stuff that's going to change is like not too many people coming.
So are both teams going to be having jerseys?
As of right now, both teams do not have jerseys, but they're in talks of getting jerseys. So Dinger Nation just needs to get up their money, and Golden Eagles need to get their money, so they can all piece together and get the money and buy them.
Thank you for taking your time to do this interview, and I will see you opening day.
So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the talk show. There's going to be another talk show coming on Wednesday with the captains, Landon and Bradley, getting interviewed, talking about what their lineup's going to be. So we're going to see if we guessed it right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.